Okay, so I figured I would give you folks an update on the social media platform for people who like to talk to themselves. So we have our little note-taking app, whatever the hell this thing is going to be called at the end of the day, I don't know. Essentially, it's a social media where like the primary resource, the primary widget is notes, right? So I can sit here and somebody gives me some information, like somebody was saying that this Flet, there's something called Flet, and you can use it for Flutter app creation with Python. And so I can just jot down a little note here. I can create some tags in the whole 9 yards. And the idea is that this is like the key component to a social media site. Imagine if people are talking to themselves and then other people essentially are eavesdropping, right? Right? It's a different kind of communication paradigm. Anyways, to be clear, I actually like it. I have no idea if anybody else will use this platform, but I have to say that as I've been building this thing, I literally use this platform every day as I use it. So I think that's a good thing. Some of the things that I've been working on lately is things like profiles, right? So we can come up here. I'm currently logged in as Philip. I can click on profile and I can have a first name, a last name, an email address. I can have a bio. I can have social media information. And this is following. We actually have a following system now. So with that bio and all that, if I come down and I click on Eli, right? I can click on Eli. This will show me all the posts that this amazing person Eli has done, right? Eli, last visit, I logged in 3 days ago. Bio, I am Eli, the computer guy. And here are my social media links. So those are now there. One of the cool things with this is we now have the ability to follow, right? So this is the full list wall. So basically everything that's been posted in chronological order. What I can do here is click on following, and this will now show me only the posts of the people that I'm following. So I'm currently following Marge, and I'm currently following Fred, right? I can go back to full list. Where is Sue? Where is Sue? So Sue is down here, right? I can click on follow. This actually takes me to a profile page so I can see who I'm currently following. And then I go to following and we can now see I have more. See, I have Sue down here. So yeah, we've been able to add that. If we go to the profile, basically what I have here is I'm just using a text box right now. Again, one thing to think about whenever you're building any kind of technology projects is many times you just want to build something that's functional. And then once you build something that's functional, then you figure out how you actually want it to look. So with this, literally it's just a list, or actually it's a string. It's a string, comma separated values. So all I'm doing here is printing out those comma separated values. So if I no longer want to follow Fred or Marge, I can simply do that. I can hit submit. That will bring me back here. I can now go to following, and now I will only see from Sue. So yeah, that's where we are. Oh, we also have the note takers, since we do have we have these user accounts. So we have tag cloud. So the tag cloud is one of the first things that I created. Now we have note takers. So these are all the user accounts. And it shows us how many notes that they've done. Oh, let me look at Fred, right? So I can click on Fred, and it shows me Fred's information, and it shows me Fred's links. So I could follow Fred right here. I can go back to note takers, and again, go see what Philip has done. Philip has put one thing in here, and I can follow. And of course, I can come up and do Eli, and then I get the 15 notes that I've done so far, which again, I actually like. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with our progress at this point in time. Again, especially considering I've been literally using Django for less than a month now, and I've already been able to get this far. The big thing that I want to do next is I want to be able to follow tags. So I want to be able to follow Eli's tags about React. Right? Because I think that's one of the big things. Like when I look at social media, one of the big issues I see right now is that the taxonomy is still crap. Like we literally have we still have the taxonomical systems that we had a decade ago. Which just doesn't make a damn bit of sense, right? So, and again, I see this for myself. I see this for my own viewers, and I completely understand it for my own viewers. Where some viewers want to know when I do a video about Linux, and some viewers want to know when I do a video roaring, and some viewers want to know when I do a video like this, right? But if you look at YouTube, there's no way to deal with that taxonomically, right? If you subscribe to me, you see what I do, and if you don't subscribe to me, well, you probably don't see what I do. But anyways, so one of the interesting things here is what if you could subscribe but only to certain tags? You're like, I'm interested in what Eli is doing in regards to OpenCV, in regards to Python and Django. I don't care about what he talks about with CSS. I don't care about HTML or whatever else, right? So that's the next thing that I'm going to do. So I figure with that, what I'll probably do is a dictionary. So I'll probably do a dictionary that contains a list. So the dictionary key will be the account name, and then that will contain a list of the tags that you're following, and then we have to parse that. I don't think that's too complicated. Probably take me like an hour or two to figure out. It's kind of just sitting there and jotting it down and doing all that kind of stuff. But I think that's the next step for tomorrow. And then past that, we're pretty close to alpha testing. The big thing with alpha testing, so I want to put this online, maybe by the end of the week, or maybe this week. To put it online, one, I have to make sure I know how to put it online. So we're going to use DigitalOcean. Why are we going to use DigitalOcean? My buddy uses DigitalOcean. He likes DigitalOcean. Therefore, we're using DigitalOcean. You know, that's how real people make decisions. Anyway, so we're going to be using DigitalOcean. Pretty sure I know how to do it. But we got that. And then the only other quirk is the whole create an account. So I'm concerned, so we can click here and we do sign up and we get this, right? So I'm concerned people would just try to create 1,000 accounts. Again, if there's one thing I've learned about my viewers is they respect me so much that they will try to destroy anything that I do to show how much they respect me. I don't get it. I don't get it. The most damage I've had done to my systems were not from Chinese-based hackers. They've literally been from people that have sent me an email and said, "Hey, look what I did to your systems." Oh, anyways. So that's the thing. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with kind of the approval process for creating accounts. We may create a coupon code. I might put essentially a coupon code here. So you have to have whatever the current code is to be able to create an account. And then maybe with that to do some kind of what's called a rate limiter. So the idea is you can only do things so often. So maybe you could only create 2 or 3 accounts from the same IP address. Once you've done more than that, right, it'll fail out. It'll say too many people have tried to create an account from this particular IP address. We might do something like that, or with the coupon, it might just be, you can do 100. Because one of the issues that I'm concerned about is the whole bot thing and then denial of service, right? So one of the things you can do is you can use email authentication, obviously. But email authentication, if you pay for SendGrid or if you pay for an API, or you use an API, they give you an amount for free. SendGrid gives you 100 emails for free. There's another one I looked at that gives you 300 emails for free. But if somebody just starts hammering with you with a bot, they can essentially do a denial of service tag pretty quick. And even if you pay $40 a month to be able to send out 100,000 emails, if somebody, again, hits you with a bot, you run into a bit of a problem. So one of the things, especially for this alpha testing time period, one of my big questions is basically how to, again, you don't have to use it properly. I want to see how people use it, but you got to use it, right? So many people nowadays, there's just this wannabe hacker mentality that drives me up the wall. Look, I can destroy. I always think about that, coming from Baltimore. Imagine if some inner city kid, when they got caught for breaking into a house, they said that they were doing penetration testing. Right? That would be bullshit. We'd all know that would be crap. But somehow, when some fucking teenager in the middle of Cornville decides to destroy your PayPal site or whatever, they just very smugly, I was doing penetration testing. What, jackass? Anyways. So that is something I'm going to have to figure out. So anyways, this is here. This is what I've been working on. If you're wondering what you can do with Django in less than a month, this is what I've done with Django so far in less than a month. And I'm pretty happy with it. As always, if you like what I'm doing, thumb up. If you don't like what I'm doing, thumb down. Leave a comment, subscribe. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. And with that, see y'all later.